What's going on, guys? Unfortunately, it is your Route 1 encounter you bar eradicate. I say unfortunately because, well, this movie poster has come out, and it's quite a movie poster for the new live-action Sonic movie. Um, you got me fucked up if you think I ain't talking about this thing. Uh, Before we start with this creature, why don't we look at what Sonic used to look like? And kind of the design elements of Sonic himself. I'm on sort of a time limit here, so hopefully this will be a quicker video. Sonic originally, round head. Sometimes they draw the spikes not even like behind the head, but they leave like this line here, which I never liked on Sonic. But Sonic round head, 3 spikes, 2 ears, 1 big monocular eye with the 2 pupils, little nose, and then the little round nose specifically because there are hedgehogs with pointed noses in this universe. Little smiley mouth, big hands with gloves like Mickey Mouse, very big fat round body. He's got little extra quills back here. Sometimes. Most of the time, oh no, so this is his 3rd spike. Yeah, I'm stupid, but this is the 3rd spike here. And then he has these little wings that are not wings, they're extra spikes. He has a little tail, and then he has little short noodly legs, little short noodly arms, big gloves, big clown shoes. That's Sonic's design, originally, right? Little potbelly Sonic. Everybody knows this one by now. Anybody who's played Mania knows it very well. It's a very popular design that people still like to this day. And you know, you don't gotta fix what ain't broke. Unless you make it fucking sick looking, which they did. Because they moved on, and they hired a new art director. I think it was the guy from Jet Set Radio, to do a Sonic design for Sonic Adventure to make him look a little more modern, a little cooler, a little more edgy, right? But still retaining the same carefree nature of Sonic the Hedgehog, of the character. The art director went for a little more graffiti style, was the inspiration behind it, and ended up with this style here, with the cool little, the light edges on the, like the highlights on all around the whole body. This is a very iconic art style. This is a very iconic design for Sonic. And with the big dramatic emphasized movements on all the body parts, lengthening the arms and legs a little bit, narrowing the chest down a little bit, making the spikes way bigger and way more curved and, again, dramatic. Same with the little wings. He now has 5 spikes. It's hard to see on the artwork, but because it's always the 3. But like you can see here, these ones go down. There's 1 up. Oh no, he has more than 5. He has 6. There's 1 up top, 2 on the sides, 2 on the bottom, and then 1 in the middle. And so from behind, he's got his big spiky head because he is a hedgehog, after all. But mostly from the side profile or from kind of the front-facing profile, you really only ever see 3, although there are 3 more behind. Same goes for Shadow as well. Shadow also has those same quills. The only hedgehog that, well, I mean, that's not true. I was going to say the only hedgehog that doesn't is Amy, but Silver is kind of the same, where he's got his weird hand thing on front, and then 2 little spikes on back. I didn't even grab a picture of Silver, because to be honest, I forgot about Silver. But, you know, it's fine. I don't dislike Silver, but, you know, it's Silver. And basically, it's just an updated, cooler, more radical version of Sonic. And then when we moved on to Sonic Adventure 2, it was the same basic concept, but he added these new shoes, the soap shoes. It was a little cross promotion, but they're shoes that let you grind on rails. They have these little arches here, and there's little metal, like, little brake pad kind of things inside that let you grind on rails. So all the skater kids don't need their skateboards no more. They just got these cool shoes that are way too expensive, and I would love to have some if anybody wants to donate some soap shoes. And then this is the Sonic Riders design, which was just, I think it was a different artist, and it was more stylized, you know, with this kind of cross-hatchy kind of thing. And everything's pretty much the same. Looks like he has little bands on his gloves. And then the shoes are different because he's a, they're kind of more like, I guess, snowboarder shoes a little bit, because they ride the airboards in Sonic Riders. But in general, besides Sonic Adventure 2, his shoes have always kind of remained the same. They're these, you know, red, pointy shoes, or sometimes rounded. This is Sonic Advance art over here. Sometimes rounded, mostly pointy shoes with the little strap, belt buckle, gold belt buckle, little socks that are like oversized for his feet, which is kind of cool. This shape right here, this little double layered, like kind of like a like from Zelda, that kind of shape was when I started drawing Sonic as a kid. That was the shape that I understood first. Really, was like this is how you connect the clothes to the rest of Sonic, right? Um, Pretty cool. I love Sonic the Hedgehog. I think anybody who like follows me on Twitter and stuff, anybody who watched the Sonic Mania playthrough, although I might have been upset during that playthrough, I don't quite remember it, but I love Sonic the Hedgehog, and I love Shadow the Hedgehog, and I grabbed him here to show that his proportions are the same. Longer noodly arms, tail, 2 little wings on the back. He's got his spikes. His are angled because he's cool and edgy and tough. But for the most part, Shadow's got the same body type. Big monocular eye, 2 pupils, little nose. Amy doesn't have the same hedgehog nose. Neither does Tails. Knuckles is a little bit shorter, but his is pointier. Cream doesn't have it. Even Eggman retains some of the design elements, where he's got the same, his gloves have the same little cuffs on them. Big Mickey Mouse gloves, long legs, long noodly arms, Even though he's shaped like a creepy weirdo, he's still generally the same body shape as Sonic. And it all stems from this original design, even though now it's a little bit bigger and fancier, more dynamic, more animated. Now we move on to this creature. This thing. Whatever this is. Alright, Sonic's legs are not very defined. This creature's legs are very defined. I don't even want to call it Sonic. It doesn't even look like Sonic. Sonic has this little bear spot on his belly, and he has bear arms. Or even original Sonic has little bear skin arms. There's no fur on them. I think one design somewhere that I can't remember where it was has blue fur on the arms, and it's unsettling because Sonic never has hair on his arms, right? And I think there was one of them somewhere where he has a full hair on his chest and everything too, and it just looks weird. It doesn't look right. Shadow, he's fine. He's got his little chest tuft, and he's got hair on his arms, but that's how we know Shadow, But Sonic has always had bare arms, bare chest. This Sonic has got hair on his arms, hair on his legs. Looks like hair on his chest. I mean, I can't really tell from this render because of the silhouette, but doesn't look like he has the belly here. So we're going full fur Sonic, right? And this little bit here is why I wanted to trace over Sonic and try to figure out what's going on with him, because you can see here there's a curve to the monocular eye. But this has a little indent with a little dot here. So what I'm seeing here is that this is the quill that comes down into his eyebrow, right? And then it dips down, that's the side of his head, and then he has a little extra eye here, which means he would have another little extra eye over here, which that right there already looks spooky enough, right? And then he's got his quills over here. And the thing is that these shouldn't have individual hairs. I mean, I guess in the games they kind of do, in the Smash render and everything, they kind of have individual hairs, but they're supposed to be quills. I don't know. I guess I can't take that one against them, but if we're looking at this as the design, kind of, sort of, right? This is what I'm seeing for this. And I guess maybe these could be patches of fur. But, this is the weird part here. Why it dips down in there, that's the part I don't understand. I'm even exaggerating the ears a little bit because they should be bigger. And then he's got full, this is the thing where, again, his arms are not very defined, his legs are not very defined. But just like with, I was talking about with, Blastoise and Pikachu, I think, you don't want to be able to put human musculature on your fucking cartoon animal. This is creepy. This is one of those things where you look at the medieval paintings where babies have man faces, and it's really unsettling because I shouldn't be able to draw a little muscular torso on Sonic, and little crotch, and then defined hips, and then big thigh muscles, right? Sonic should not have this much definition, ever, because it makes me uncomfortable. And I don't like to be uncomfortable when I'm watching my Sonic movie. I don't want him to touch me in a place or way that makes me feel uncomfortable, alright? Now, the other thing is Sonic has 5-digit hands. This Sonic is not wearing gloves. So, his big, creepy Sonic fingers are very defined. I really want to point out these ones right here. This hand is very defined, and I really, if you cut off the rest of the image, that just looks like a human hand, right? And then you zoom out, and you're like, oh, that's Sonic's human hand. Why does he have that? He should have big Mickey Mouse gloves, right? It's weird, and I don't like it. And then his shoes are generic-ass tennis shoes. They're not at all stylized or, like Sonic's shoes. Even the soap shoes. If you wanted to go with a more edgy, realistic design, do another crossover of soap shoes, man. People love that shit. Or do the cool snowboarder shoes, But he's just got generic tennis shoes. Which makes me wonder, And we'll give him a little belly button too, because I assume he's gonna have a little belly button. It makes me wonder too if like is Sonic some kind of lab experiment in this movie that breaks out and then helps he's helping some detective solve a crime, I think, is like what the plot of the movie is. So it's everyone's live action except for Sonic, which at first I was like, oh, that's gonna be kind of cool, I guess, because in my brain I thought it was gonna be cartoon Sonic, and I'm like, oh, it would kind of be like, you know, what's that, the Roger Rabbit movie, whatever the fuck that is, or Space Jam, right? But with a CG hedgehog, right? But he'll be a cartoon in the real world. Okay, cool. I don't know why I thought that, because I should have realized they were going to go the Detective Pikachu route. But, like, this is what they went with. This thing, right? So, my fear is that Sonic is some kind of lab experiment that was created and broke out of the lab, and that's why he has the tennis shoes on, because, like, that's all he could get. Or, like, the human cop, his friend, gave him the tennis shoes. And that signifies their bond of trust. But, like, Sonic don't wear... Sonic... How the fuck is Sonic gonna tie his shoe? Oh, I guess he's got little human hands now. But okay, look... Okay. Sonic's hands should be, like, almost the size of his fucking head, right? In all this artwork, his hands are enormous. His hands, head, and feet are all, like, generally the same size. And so, when you do this, it's like now... First of all, he looks super off balance. Like, he looks like his heavy-ass head's gonna drag him to the ground. Like he's super top-heavy now. And I guess so that his head can lean forward, and then, like, his legs just have to keep up with his weight so the gravity doesn't just bring him plummeting to the earth. But, like, his whole design is off-balance now. And I guess that's what's so weird-looking about it, like, when you really get down to it. Because Muscular Sonic, sure, like, that's weird enough. But, like, his head... It looks like a little man body. Like a tiny, not like a child, but like a small man. It's a small man's body. It's Todd Howard's body, with like this giganto like fursuit helmet on, right? And it's just, but I really just wanted to sketch out what I was seeing here, because that look, and like, does he have like a little like frog eye? Because like it's off his face. Oh, I dropped my opacity. Oh Christ! Like it's off his face. And if he doesn't have that, because he doesn't have any of his other little spots, so like this is Sonic. This is our kids movie cartoon hero. But what if he's angry Sonic? What if he's not happy Sonic at all? What if he's angry Sonic? This is what we're doing? I don't know about that one, buddy. I hate that hedgehog. There's not really much else to say, really, I guess. Just don't do this. Just stop doing this. Like, Detective Pikachu was a little off-putting at first, but I've gotten used to it by now. But don't do this, dog. Don't put your little Donkey Kong sleeves on my Sonic, dog. Come on. Jesus.